I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to connect with your spirit guides, because you are divinely connected with everything, including support that you would not believe is possible. But you have to believe it's possible to connect with that. You have to be open to it. And the truth is, you can energetically close yourself off to that reality. But in this video, I'm going to share with you how to open yourself up and use this connection to what some people call your spirit guides, which I'm going to go into what I perceive that to be in this video as well, and how you can use this to actually manifest your life, to manifest your dream life, to get closer to your goals, to feel more connected with your own true self and more connected with the divine in general, to be able to manifest what you want. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation to see if you're a good fit for the coaching program and if we are a good fit. And also, I do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months. So if you want to be part of the program and if you want more details on the program, the link will be in the description box of the video as well. So, well, first of all, before I go into how to connect with your spirit guides, I just want to say, what form does a spirit guide take? I'm just going to share with you what form a spirit guide takes, because what are you even connecting with? You know, when you're seeing angel signs or synchronicities and you're connecting with the universe, the question is, what are you really connecting with? Now, our mind is going to want an answer, but I'm going to give you the answer that resonates with me personally in my life. And the truth is, when I'm connecting with my spirit guides or my angels or whatever label that the mind wants to attach to, the deeper truth that I want to get out of the way, for me personally, my truth that I've experienced in my life is that I don't exactly know what form spirit guide takes. Now, I'm not saying spirit guide in that way because I'm saying it doesn't exist. No, it exists. I've connected to divine support that has shown me the path that I need to take. And there's no doubt, you can feel it in your body when you know you're connected with something higher than your own body and your mind and your emotions and this limited physical sense of self. But the thing is though, what I realize is that I'm in a state of not knowing when I'm connected with what we call our spirit guides. You don't need to know what form that spirit guide takes or whatever it takes, because if you haven't seen it with your own eyes, if you're totally honest with yourself, even if you see numbers, even if you see these things, which I do all the time, you don't know what you're connecting with. You don't know what it looks like. But the question is, do you have to know? Or can you be comfortable with not knowing? So we'll get back to that later, but I just wanted to start off with that. So I'll leave you with that for now, but let's just get right into the video. So the first thing that you can do is set the intention. Set the intention, because I don't need to set the intention anymore, because I already know, like just deep in my heart, that I'm connected with something higher than myself. Now, that's not me like showing off or something or putting myself, it's like, oh, I don't need to do it. Like, that's not what I mean. It's like, oh, I don't need to do that anymore. That's not what I mean. It's like there comes a point in your journey where there's no room for doubt, okay? But when you're starting off with connecting with what we perceive to be divine support, which is a reflection of you, but we'll get to that later, you can set the intention. Set the intention and open your mind up to the possibility that something can guide you that is not just you. I mean, you as the limited sense of self. You as this body, as this mind, as these bundle of cells that appear to be separate from external stuff, okay? So you got to set the intention, because you have to open your mind up to the possibility and kind of show spirit guides or the universe or God or whatever label we want to attach to, that you're open to receiving support, that you're open to receiving the guidance that you really want in your life. Just set the intention. It's like, well, how do you do that? Well, just by like saying to yourself, I would like to experience a connection with divine support. It's not even like you don't have to say anything logical in particular. It's a feeling. Like you, by watching this video right now, maybe you looked it up online or maybe you clicked on it, that's already kind of showing whatever it is that's guiding you or me, that you are open to it, right? Like how do you set the intention? By watching videos like this, by looking out for signs actively, which brings me to the second point. You want to look out for signs. You want to be open to receiving the support that you really say you want to receive. So you want to look out for signs and look out for synchronicities to show you that you are not alone on this path. Because what you'll notice is that when you start to be in alignment with a higher frequency, a higher vibrational state of consciousness, the state of consciousness that's in alignment with your specific and unique soul path, what you'll find is that usually you'll tend to see some sort of confirmation. Okay, for me personally, license plates. Now, I don't quite see them as often as I used to because it's just more integrated in my being to be able to trust my intuition. Because when you're following synchronicities, what people don't realize is that they're pointing you to an energetic frequency that you already have within yourself, but we'll get to that later. But for now, what you want to do is actually see the numbers and be open to seeing whatever ways that the universe is going to communicate to you specifically, because it's a specific connection that you have with your spirit guides or the universe or angels. Again, when I'm connected with my spirit guides, like when I see a sign which is divinely showing me and confirming to me that I'm on the right path, do you think I'm like imagining what it is that I'm connecting to? No. In fact, I'm in such a thoughtless state of not knowing that then I see synchronicities. In fact, I only see those magical and mystical synchronicities when I'm not thinking too much. Because you got to realize part of this path is to transcend the ego mind, to transcend the limited attachments that we have to form. And so you'll begin to see more signs when you are in that thoughtless state of consciousness. And so when you're seeing the signs, don't imagine whatever it is that you're connecting to. That's not really the way it works. It's just about trusting in not knowing. That's really what it is. And then you see the signs to confirm that. The signs will literally show you and confirm to you that you're on the right path. So look out for the signs. The universe, spirit guides, angels, whatever label you want to attach to, like I said, be okay with not knowing whatever it is that is showing you the path. Ultimately, it is a reflection of you if you look at it from a universal one perspective. But from a human perspective, yeah, technically there are separate beings that are supporting you. But from a divine universal perspective of everything being one, you're supporting yourself. It gets straight up interstellar. If you're seeing the movie Interstellar, you're literally like guiding your own self on this path. Literally, that's what's happening here. Your own self, which is you, is guiding you, but that's a universal perspective. From a human perspective, technically speaking, from a separate sense of self, limited perspective, separate beings, right? It's a paradox. That's just how it is right now. So in this realm, or this, I think it's probably like that in every realm, because there's oneness and separation, and there's the game. But that's the whole separate video. So the point is, the second point, to be able to connect with what some people call their spirit guides, is to actually look out for the signs. Okay, so like I said, for me personally, I see license plates. I remember, I'll share a quick story with you. When I took my first coaching call, okay, I felt a very high frequency in my body, first of all. Okay, so the frequency that I felt in my body when I was doing a coaching call, which is one of my greatest passions, is to work one-on-one with people. It's just something about working one-on-one with people brings my soul to life. Like my heart opens up, my masculine energy opens up, my feminine energy opens up, I become an open channel just to let literally this divine energy to flow through me, even more so than videos sometimes. Believe it or not, I love recording videos, but something about one-on-one coaching is we'll get into it in another video. But the point is, that day, I felt a very high frequency, a frequency that I'm more familiar with now because it's just something that is more normal for me. But at the time, it was ego shattering. It shattered my ego to be in a frequency like that because it was opening new realms of reality that I never quite experienced at the time. And so when I felt that frequency and I took that coaching call, the very first coaching call I ever took in my life, you would not believe the confirmation that I saw that day in the form of repeating numbers on license plates. That's what I saw that day. Now, is that what's going to happen to you? No. Maybe for you, you do art or something. Maybe you do your passion and then you see whatever. Like, it's not going to be exactly how it is for me, right? It's not going to be like it could be, because you got to realize you create the meaning in this reality, right? So when I see license plates, that's my subjective connection with the universe. And I am creating a meaning to these numbers. Now it's like, well, wait a second, Francis. That means that you're just creating it. It's confirmation bias. No, that's not how it is. You create your reality. You create your reality. That doesn't mean that you're not connecting with spirit guides, though. You're still connecting with something divine, but you're opening up that reality because you're choosing to experience and open yourself up to that. And for me, it's repeating numbers on license plates most of the time. Sometimes it's very weird things. Like maybe I see a little Instagram post that's very connected with whatever that I was thinking that moment, or you think about somebody and then they pop up. Like there's many ways that the universe can communicate to you, but you need to connect with your presence, your state of presence and consciousness of not knowing, and look out for the synchronicities and the signs. Now, like I said, am I going to stand here and tell you that I know exactly what you're connecting to? No, because I know that part of this path is to be okay with not knowing. That is part of this path. In fact, like I said earlier, when I started to become more confident in myself, but I had no idea what it is that I was connecting to, and I was completely comfortable with not knowing. I remember being on a bus one time and just saying to myself, I'm comfortable not knowing. I don't know. I was dropping out of school. I was like, I don't know. I just completely surrendered to this state of I have no idea, but I'm letting this divine flow through me from this space of not knowing, and then synchronicity, synchronicity, synchronicity. So I knew that it was something that I felt called to follow not knowing. Now for you, it could be different. I don't know what the numbers will guide you to be, right? Because it sounds crazy, go follow the numbers to guide you to your path. But that's what it is. You know, like I don't think you're gonna think it's crazy because you're watching this video this far, but when you because you're not gonna say this to everybody, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, I'm following the numbers to find my path. Like you can't say this to everybody in your network because they're just gonna think you're nuts. But it's your little personal connection with your universe. You know what I mean? It's your little connection. It's not anybody else's connection. The way that I connect to the universe, the magic and mysticism that's in my life, is not gonna be the same magic and mysticism that's in your life. That's your little personal connection with your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, whatever you want to call it. And the third thing you can do is trust yourself to follow the numbers. Now, like I said, I know that sounds nuts to other people, but I know it doesn't sound nuts to you. But I also want you to keep in mind that you're not giving your power away to something. Because here's the last thing I want to share with you. Like I said earlier, when I took that coaching call, I felt a very high frequency in my body, very high frequency. And then I noticed a connection between the frequency that I felt in my body and then the numbers that I would see. Because you got to realize, like when you start thinking like, oh my gosh, like is he crazy, or like am I crazy? Is all this happening? I just want to say, I want to add this quick thing before I continue with this third point about trusting the numbers. Trusting the numbers. When you say trust the numbers, you have to have no doubt If you have any doubt of any kind, you're gonna have trouble following the synchronicity to show you where you need to go. So I'm gonna remove that doubt for you right now. Be open to a synchronicity that is so ridiculously non-coincidental that it shatters your ego and shows you you are a divine being. That's the point you want to get to, because I got to a point where there was no more room for doubt. That coaching call that I took that day was so mystical. It's not like you could even have a thought where you doubt anymore. That's why it shattered my ego, because I literally was not on any drugs, but I felt very high and connected to a divine intelligence that I didn't even know what I was connecting to exactly. It sounds like a fairy tale, but that's what happened to me. And then so what we need to do, if you want to connect with your spirit guides, is open yourself up to the possibility that you can have a synchronicity so ego shattering that there's no more room for doubt. And then when you open yourself up to that, now follow the synchronicity. But then here's where it goes full circle. It's that you're at a higher energy. For me personally, I was at a higher energy when I would see the numbers, right? And then I realized that the numbers started to pop up when I would be at a very high frequency. I could feel it in my body. It's a feeling. If you consider yourself to be an empath or a sensitive being or whatever label the mind wants to attach to you, right? We all want to attach to those labels. I'm an empath. I'm a sensitive being. I'm connected with spirit guides. No, it's all just labels that the mind wants to cling on to and create an identity of, but that's a whole separate video in of itself. When I would see the numbers, my frequency was connected to the numbers, and eventually I realized that the numbers were just confirming to me my own intuition. That's the last thing I want to share with you. The power is not outside of you. The power is in your own connection to a higher frequency state of consciousness. The numbers are just confirming to you and showing you that the frequency you're going into is a thumbs up and you want to keep going in that direction. So when I realized that the power was not in the numbers, it was within me, guess what happened? I stopped seeing numbers. But I still felt just as connected to the divine, and my intuition is stronger than ever, but I don't need a number to know that. But at the beginning, let the numbers show you where they want you to go. It sounds ridiculous, but if you're watching this video this far, you are resonating with what I'm saying. So comment down below if you have ever had any ego-shattering synchronicities that completely shattered your mind, like I did, where there was no more room for doubt. And if you haven't, comment down below. I'm open to receiving an ego-shattering synchronicity. That's your intention right there. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Also, I do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months. So if you want to be a part of the program and know more details about the program, the link will be in the description box of the video as well. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.